My goal for this video is what to do when in the face of needing advice or in the face of destructive criticism or in the face of opinions. I just want to say that if you are somebody who wants an opinion, if you are somebody who is looking for advice, make sure that it's somebody that you are looking up to. Make it a role model. Make it somebody who you see the value in their actions, someone that you want to strive for. Motivational speakers, finding a therapist that you feel a great rapport and respect for. Make sure it's somebody that is empathetic, vulnerable, and sensitive. What's going to end up happening if you are somebody who has low self-esteem, you are not going to trust yourself in the answers that you need. And so you're going to go to other people and ask them what you should be doing with your life and how you should be thriving and who should you be with and who should you be breaking up with and what choice should be making in this matter. And you're going to go to all these people, you're going to go to 12 people, you're going to get 14 different opinions. They are not living your life. They are not living in your shoes. They are not walking your journey. They have not gone through what you have gone through. So you're going to ask people opinions who might not have the same values that you do, who might not suffer the same consequences that you do. And so you want to go to someone for advice, for opinion, who are going to hold you with so much love and empathy and support. That is the people you're going to want to go to advice for. Not just random people on the internet, not people you have just met, and not your friends who are in the same fucking boat that you are. You want to go to people that you are inspired, respecting, and feel good about. Now, what do you do in the face of destructive criticism or feedback? Destructive criticism is anything that is discouraging, hindering, disempowering, and makes you feel like shit. Destructive criticism is you're too fat, you're too stupid, you should do this, you should do that, what's wrong with you, all of that. And we mostly importantly have to understand the destructive criticisms we say to ourselves. Are my thoughts supporting me or hurting me? Is this uplifting me or discouraging me? Is this making me feel good and empowered and capable, or do I feel depleted, overwhelmed, and like I can't do it? So making it very clear, making it sure that to understand the difference between these two are going to be very important. David Goggins, a Navy SEALs, and he speaks for a living, right? He takes the destructive feedback that he gets and he listens to it and he uses it as a callus to make himself more resilient in the face of destructive criticism. That's what I call being unfuckwithable. When you can get to the place where you can look at your shadows, when you can look at your shit and be like, all right, is that true? And if it is true, how can I get better? How can I grow? That is huge. If someone says something to you that is destructive, you're not good enough, you're shit, what's wrong with you, all those things, your house is dirty, this food is gross, right? You're stupid. If someone says that to you, it's really important that with everything I'm about to teach you, it's important to know that that hurt. That's number one, the awareness. It's important to recognize that that hurt. Becoming unfuckwithable doesn't mean that I don't feel my feelings. Becoming unfuckwithable is to recognize this hurts me and I'm going to do something about it. But first it's about acknowledging the hurt, accepting that it hurts, and then I can do something about it. But if I'm like, psh, nothing bothers me, psh, psh, and maybe some of us are, but it's really important to recognize what hurts, okay? Also, really quick, just want to mention, you need to have your own values list. You have to know what matters to you, what's important to you when the face of destructive criticism or opinions or any type of feedback. Is this aligned to your values? Is this aligned to who you want to be? Is this supporting you in your values? Kindness, love, loyalty, honesty, integrity. Those are just some of values that we want to have a values list. So when someone gives us advice, because everyone loves giving advice. Everybody loves opinions. So you're gonna come across a lot of people with opinions. So always having that discernment of, is this in alignment with who I am? Is this alignment with what I want? And always saying, thank you so much, I will consider that, or thank you so much, but I'm actually not looking for advice, I just want to share and open up, and things like that. Years ago, I had a friend who I went to, who I did respect and I did admire, and I went to her and I said, I'm getting a lot of destructive criticism about this man that I'm dating. And she said, oh, really? And I said, yes. And she said, okay, well, hear my advice. If these people who are giving you their opinions are not fucking you, financing you, or feeding you, their fucking opinions can go right out the window. And I'm going to say that to you now. If they are not fucking you, feeding you, or financing you, their opinions are going to go right out the fucking window. But most importantly, if it is not uplifting you, supporting you, encouraging you, and loving to you, it goes out the window. If you cannot be David Goggins and take that destructive criticism and use it into that growth mindset, toss it out. If what you're saying to you isn't helping you succeed in your life, toss it the fuck out. It's not worth it to shame ourselves. It's not worth it to get into the face of shame. And it's important to recognize, who am I? What are my values? What do I want? And what is going to make me thrive and be my happiest, fullest, fulfilled self? Okay? The thing is, everybody, we are born with ourselves. We are going to die with ourselves. We are going to be with ourselves all fucking day. When I put my head on the pillow, I want to know that I feel good about who I am doing and being and just aligning myself to, okay? And when I say doing, I mean doing as in the everyday of doing, right? I was just like, who am I doing, right? No, it's really about, what am I doing every day? Am I making myself feel good about what I am doing? Am I checking in with how I am feeling in my being? Okay? So these are just little tips and tricks and tools on how to face destructive criticism, how to face unsolicited advice, and also for you to become aware of, do you do this yourself? Okay? If you want to give feedback, if you want to give advice, if you are worried about somebody, coming at it from a place of love, coming at a place of curiosity, for example. Hey, you know what? So I'm noticing these things about what's happening and I'm worried. Hey, have you considered, can I offer some advice? Are you looking for advice, or are you just wanting to vent to me? Okay? It's important to recognize also that there are going to be people who are going to want sympathy, for you to feel bad for them, and when they are venting to you, it will feel draining. People who want empathy are actually being very genuine when expressing their emotions, and they actually want to feel better. So you're going to notice the discerning of the difference, but always asking, do you want feedback, or are you just venting to me? Do you want support, or are you just wanting to talk about this? I will sit with you, I will be what you need. Or, you know what, I really want to say something to you because I'm worried. Or have you considered, coming at it with a place of curiosity, coming at a place of heart-centeredness is always going to be received better. But if you come at it as, you're stupid, what's wrong with you, how could you, I would never, that just drives disconnection, and we will always want to come at it with empathy. Be aware of the thoughts you think in your own mind. If you were to take your thoughts in your own mind and put them in a person that follows you around all fucking day, what would those thoughts sound like? If you're in front of the TV after a long day and your thoughts sound like, what's wrong with you? You should be doing this. You should be exercising. You should be meditating. You should be, working on that one project you said you were going to be working on, but you're trying to rest. That's not really resting, is it? That's just beating yourself up. I say that the most destructive criticism we get is the destructive criticism we get from ourselves. When we go on social media and we start comparing ourselves to how other people look and what other people are doing, and I'm not doing good enough, watch out for that. That's self-abuse. And let me tell you something. I always accept the love I think I deserve. So if I feel like shit about who I am all the time, I'm going to find myself getting with people who are going to make me feel that much better, which is going to be pretty shitty. So I'm hoping that this video is going to help you feel a little bit more uplifted, a little more empowered, a little bit more resilient, and give you some ideas on how to help you in the face of destructive criticism. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or reach out to me if you are interested in a private session to help you become unfuckwithable in the face of the mindfuck. Sending lots of love, guys.